Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Stockton Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. And now I'll turn it over to our presenters. We are here in session B1. So first up, we'll hear from University of the Pacific.
I'm sorry, I can't share my screen for some reason.
Are you able to turn your video on?
Hold on, let me try one more thing and pull it up. Sorry about that. Okay, this should work now. Okay, here we go. It says this will stop. No, it's still not letting me share the screen. Okay, now can you see it? There we go. That works. Great.
Yep, you got it.
Thank you so much. Sorry about the delay. Good evening, welcome. My name is Mario Fuentes. I'm an assistant director for the Office of Admission at the University of Pacific, located right here in Stockton. A little bit about our campus. We are a 3-city campus with all of our undergraduate programs taking place right here in Stockton. We also have a law school in Sacramento and a dental school in San Francisco. We were founded in 1851, the first chartered private university in the state of California. We offer a wide range of majors and programs with over 80 different majors and programs throughout our Stockton campus. We do have some graduate programs as well. Depending on your particular major or program of study, you will then be placed into one of our 11 schools or colleges. A little bit about the return on investment from a Pacific education. First, I'd like to let you know that we have an average class size of about 18 students with our student to professor ratio of 13:1. Our average GPA is about a 3.8 from last year, but we do accept students above and below that average. Last year, 91% of our graduates within the first 6 months were employed full-time with an employer that they were recruited by, or they attended a graduate school, whether that be a master's or a graduate level PhD level program. 93% of our graduates obtained employment within their program of study or discipline. And this down here is just a small list of some of our employers that recruit our students through our Career Services Center. So a little bit about residence life. There are many different living options. We do require our students to live on campus for a minimum of 2 years, but here at Pacific, you'll find that about 50 to 55% of all of our students live on campus all 4 years. We do have our traditional dormitory style that you see here for our incoming freshmen, 2 people to a room, 2 beds, 2 desks, 2 chairs. But as you progress through your undergraduate study, different options become available for residency. So you can live in an apartment style, a townhouse. We also have suites available. And then we also have 6 fraternities and sororities on campus that you can choose to live in as well as a residence. A little bit about campus life and what there is to do on our campus. Very active campus recs. We are a Division I NCAA intercollegiate sports for 17 men's and women's sports teams. I think our most popular would have to be our men's water polo team as well as our women's volleyball team. But we do offer over 150 clubs and organizations. And to be quite honest, students, if there isn't an organization that you identify with, you can simply start your own and receive funding. I do want to point out we have this really great rec center, fitness center, with state-of-the-art equipment. We also have a rock climbing wall that's inside of it as well that are all free amenities available for students to take part in. A little bit about our application process because it's coming up pretty quickly. Our early action deadline is actually November 15th. It is non-binding, so you are not committed to attend in fall 2021 if you are accepted. But it is, however, our only deadline for our pre-farm and pre-dent program, which is probably our most popular and most competitive programs at Pacific, where students can actually become a pharmacist or a dentist in as little as 5, 6, or 7 years. Our regular application deadline is January 15th. The application can be submitted by our Common App, because we are a Common App school, or through our Student Thriving application, which is a direct application from our website. However, you can choose either application. They're absolutely free. We don't have a preference as to which you choose to use to submit, but we are going to request that you include a personal statement. Again, this personal statement, there will be a prompt for you to write about, but students, please feel free to write about anything you choose to write about. I really encourage you to take a moment and think of how you can stand out as an applicant. Make sure you order transcripts and keep in mind that we are test optional. No SAT or ACT is required. Thank you for your time. If you want to explore us, we do have some fall open houses coming up on November 17th. Here's our contact information. And again, my name is Mario Fuentes, and I'm the admission counselor for San Joaquin County, Monterey, Santa Cruz, and San Benito. Thank you.
All right, and next up, we'll hear from Gonzaga University.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Usel Aguilar, and I am an admission counselor here at the university. I am originally from California. I grew up in San Jose, so very familiar with looking at out-of-state schools for students in the area. So Gonzaga University is a Jesuit institution located in Spokane, Washington. I'll have a slide fully on Spokane in a little bit, but we're one of 27 Jesuits in the US. So USF, LMU, Santa Clara are all Jesuit colleges. Jesuits are an order of priests that focus on education for social change. So at the university, we have about 52 to 5,300 undergraduate students, so we're a smaller, medium-sized university. The threshold for medium is 5 to 15,000, so we're definitely on that smaller side. Most of our students are coming from over 200 miles away. We're actually about 60% out of state and international, so you're in good company if you're looking at Gonzaga, coming from a little bit far away. A lot of students are also in a similar situation. A multitude of different support networks listed there. One that I like to highlight is Center for Student Academic Success. So that office is available as academic advisors or to create study plans. They're also the office responsible for registering all students for their first semester. So all you have to do is worry about getting into campus. We'll take care of getting you the classes that you need, whether you're undecided or have a major picked out. At the university, we provide a smaller academic experience while feeling like a larger school in terms of spirit and involvement. So you're definitely going to get those smaller class sizes. We really don't have large lecture style classes of 100 or 200. We focus more on that smaller academic experience. So you're really going to get to know your faculty. Our retention rate is very strong, and this is updated in light of COVID. Retention rate is how many first year students returned as second years. So generally that can show expectations being met, resources being offered. So we do have a strong retention rate. All of our programs are designed to graduate you in 4 years. We don't have any impacted programs, even our direct admission program like nursing or engineering. All of them are geared to graduate you within 4 years. So at the university, we have 5 undergraduate schools. I've highlighted some key programs just because we have so many majors and minors, but some key ones to note there. Our business school is very strong. In our College of Arts and Sciences, I put the programs that we're most known for. In School of Education, we have a few different degrees as well as teaching certifications that have reciprocity in all 50 states. So you can go back to California and teach, or you can go to a completely new state and teach. We do have a 4-year engineering program and that you can study abroad while during your 4 years. Our nursing program is an 8 or 9 semester nursing cohort, so you get to decide there, and it's based on academic strength. Pre-professional programs are listed on there, but whether you're interested in pre-law or pre-health sciences, those are set in place to support students on their path to graduate school. In terms of studying abroad, that's a huge part of who we are at the university. So over half of our students study abroad. We have programs all over, the most popular one being Gonzaga in Florence. That's our flagship program located in Florence. So it's our university, it's our professors. All the classes are in English along with other study abroad programs, but that's a very popular one for students. In terms of life on campus, very seasonally distinct. So there will be snow. It's like 2 to 3 feet of snow per year. Growing up in the Bay, I wanted different weather, but not so severely. So it was a good middle ground there. In terms of student life, super active campus. If anything, an issue of over-involvement than under-involvement. 140 different clubs, 20 different retreats, a very, very active campus. It's not the only way that you can get involved, but one of the ways is through our athletic program. So we are a D1 program. We also have club sports and intramurals. So we take intramurals very seriously. There's 3 different levels of competitiveness. It's championship bracket style. It's a lot of fun. All of our tickets are free for undergraduate, graduate students. So as long as you're a student, those tickets are free monetarily, but you are going to have to wait in line for some of those. In terms of Spokane, we are the 2nd largest city in the state, so we're not a college town, we're definitely a city. Health sciences is our largest industry. This is downtown Spokane, and then this is part of Gonzaga's campus right here. So we're only about a half a mile from downtown. Great access to the outdoors. We have 5 local ski resorts within 90 miles. We have shuttles that'll take you to the mountains every weekend that the parks are open. Really great access to restaurants and music venues. It's everything of being a city, but not a huge city. In terms of admission, you apply on a Common App. I'll be the one to read your app. The deadline is December 1st. We're a 1 application deadline school. We don't have early action or early decision. We're completely test optional. So many tests have been canceled, so we're very understanding of that. But our middle 50% are listed there. In terms of financial aid, there's need-based. That's we get that information from FAFSA. There's application-based scholarships and there's merit scholarships, which you don't have to apply for. You're automatically considered for. And you'll get a financial aid package about 2 to 3 weeks after you are admitted for a full comprehensive financial aid package. But if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. My contact information is listed right there. I work with our students from the Stockton area, so I'm very happy to help answer any questions that you may have.
All right, so next we will hear from Chapman University.
All right. I think I'm all set. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Carlos Leiva. I'm one of the admission counselors here at Chapman University. This is technically my 7th year with the university since I was also a student. I graduated back in spring of 2018 with a degree in computer science and a minor in music technology. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about Chapman, its programs, the experience overall, and then going into some information about the application. So for starters, Chapman is a medium-sized private liberal arts institution located within Orange, California, specifically within Orange County. So we are down here in SoCal. Definitely a lot for students to check out, not only socially, but professionally. There are a lot of different industries that target some of the various cities here in Orange County, specifically Irvine being targeted by the tech industry, but also the cities of Newport Beach, as well as Orange being targeted by the medical field as well. So a lot of those students do find ways to get themselves into professional opportunities, whether it's volunteering or actual internships themselves. We are one of the oldest institutions here in California. We were founded back in 1861, and we were founded as a Christian university. However, as the years kind of moved on, we loosened that affiliation because of the amount of students and the variety of different backgrounds that they were coming from. So we wanted to make sure those students felt welcome on our campus. So that is still an aspect of Chapman life, but it is completely optional now. As I mentioned, we are that medium-sized institution, so you kind of have the best of both worlds there. Large in terms of how many students we have on campus and small in terms of the campus itself. And we are represented all around the United States as well as all around the world. In terms of some new things that have come to Chapman, and I'll kind of talk about how these things relate to other programs. On the left-hand side, you see our Keck Center for Science and Engineering. This is a brand new building that's home to all of our life science programs, but also our brand new, whoa, sorry about that. Also our brand new School of Engineering. So for those students that are looking to go into more on the software side of engineering or some aspects of hardware, we have 5 different engineering programs that you can go into: computer science, software engineering, data analytics, computer engineering, as well as our newest major, electrical engineering. On the second picture, you see our K residence halls. So Chapman does have a 2-year housing requirement in non-COVID years. And this is the newest apartment complex for our upperclassmen students. So starting your second year, you can live in some of these apartment style living homes. And then going into the third picture, that is our brand new Lastinger tennis courts. We are a Division III school, so it's a nice balance between student and athlete. Students truly feel that when they are in season, they have a season, and when they are in the off season, they truly have an off season. And then in the last picture, you see our Musco Center for the Performing Arts. So for those students that are looking to come in for performing arts, you can actually have that experience performing on a big stage, but also sharing that with other professional artists coming around the state as well as around the world too. These are a list of some of the different colleges across campus. So one of the things that we really do stress for Chapman students is that we want them to focus not only on the specific major that they are following to make a career out of, but we also want them to delve into a lot of other interests and passions of theirs. So with my experience being computer science, I really wanted to also get into the music industry and figure out ways to implement that into my education. So being within the Fowler School of Engineering under computer science, but also being able to dabble in something in the College of Performing Arts was very important to me. And that's something that we really stress for all Chapman students. In terms of involvement, we have a very active student life on campus, whether it's more on the traditional side of involvement with clubs and organizations, whether it's the academic sense of it with research, or whether it's more on the volunteering and community service side. So as you can see, over 190 plus different clubs and organizations, ranging from religious and spiritual groups, Chapman Greek life, diversity and cultural organizations, even our leisure-based groups. In terms of research, this is something that we really try to prioritize for our undergraduate students and recognize that it's not just for the sciences, there's a human approach to research as well. Our School of Business is actively involved in it, College of Educational Studies, even our College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. So all these different majors are collaborating with one another to get into those ideas of research. And then in terms of community service, we do want students to see that there is a global community, not just local. So you have options to volunteer in some of the local areas, but also with our alternative break program, you can actually volunteer not only in SoCal, but also different parts of the state, different states themselves, as well as in entire different countries too. So kind of going a little bit in depth about the application itself, this is what our timeline looks like. So we have 2 different deadlines, November 1st and January 15th. November 1st is going to have our early action, early decision deadlines. And then January 15th is just going to be for regular decision. There are a few programs that have a priority deadline of November 1st, and that's going to be the ones on the left in italics. So if you're interested in film production, screen acting, theater performance, TV writing and production, our pharmacy program, or dance, then you should only be looking to apply November 1st. Something that you will hear about, and you can see it on the timeline when you'll be expecting to hear back when you apply. So if you apply November 1st, you'll be hearing back sometime in mid-December. If you apply January 15th, you'll be hearing back sometime in mid-March. Alongside with the decision, you will also hear back about any notices for merit scholarships. So this is just a little bit of information about our financial aid on campus. We offer merit-based scholarships, department-based scholarships, and need-based aid. None of the first 2 require any application, but need-based aid does require the FAFSA and or California DREAM Act. This is my contact information right here. Feel free to reach out if you do have any questions, and we thank you for being here tonight. See you later, everybody.
Great. And next we'll hear from Loyola Marymount University.
Let's talk a little bit about the university. The undergraduate student population is 6,638 students. The average class size, 19. Faculty student ratio, 10:1. LMU prides itself on academic excellence, preparing young people to become scholars, leaders, to serve and make a difference in the world. As I mentioned, we're a Jesuit university. The Jesuit tradition, 500 years in the making. LMU is committed to fostering a diverse academic community, rich in opportunity for intellectual engagement. The mission of LMU, the encouragement of learning, education of the whole person, service and faith, and promotion of justice. Medium-sized university, 6,638 students. Again, class sizes, average class size, 19, faculty student ratio, 10:1. Our faculty scholars mentor, they motivate students, they're there as advisors. Our majors are listed under colleges, schools. We have over 60 different majors. We have a core curriculum, which is part of your educational requirement to enhance you as a scholar. The student experience at LMU, we have over 200 clubs and organizations, service clubs, organizations, cultural clubs, variety of different clubs and organizations. If it doesn't exist, the university will help you get it going. 19 residence halls and apartments. Not on campus dining locations, 9. We are Division I sports team. We have over 5,300 on-campus employment positions for our students, over 1,500 vetted internship opportunities. Students are allowed to get the hands-on experience. The commitment to service. In the Jesuit Marymount tradition, our students devote over 200,000 hours in community service and over 80 study abroad experiences for our students. We're located in Los Angeles, but it's kind of a suburban area of Los Angeles called Playa Vista, or the Silicon Beach as it's known, similar to the Silicon Valley in Northern California. We have below our campus in the Silicon Beach area, Google, YouTube, IMAX, Microsoft, Nike, right below LMU's campus, main campus. But also amongst these companies and corporations, we have a second campus, which allows for our students to do internships, to do research. So that's why we believe we're in a prime location, no less than 15 minutes away from LAX to the south. We have an Office of Career Professional Development. We focus on the outcome. You receiving your degree and then going into your career. We have an Office of Career Professional Development. Our career counseling starts your freshman year. Our students do internships at the following companies. Our graduates practice their careers. This is just a few of the companies, not limited to what you see here. Internships. Our graduates practice their careers at these companies and corporations. 99% of all LMU undergraduate students have a positive outcome, such as employment, graduate school within 6 months of graduating. Supportive services, academic resource center, intercultural services, disability support services, and student psychological services. If you have questions, we're happy to entertain those at any point. If you want to be a part of any one of our information sessions by region, colleges, schools, Q&R code is right there, or you can just contact us at admission@lmu.edu, transfer@lmu.edu, international at lmu.edu, and all the various platforms. Thank you so much.
All right, and next we will hear from the University of California, Merced.
Hello, good evening. My name is Abraham Lopez. I'm one of the admissions advisors here at University of California, Merced. We are the newest campus in the UC system. We're really excited about our growth and our campus. We opened up our doors in 2005 with about 875 students, now into our 15th year, just a little under 9,000 students. Our UC mission, as part of the UC, there are 9 undergraduate campuses. We are in the UC system, and our 9 undergraduate campuses, we all have medical schools, we have law schools, we have a 10th campus in San Francisco as well. And our overall UC's mission is to provide you academic excellence, tools for you to continue your intellectual development so you can start contributing to the needs of our changing society. Research is the cornerstone of the UC. You're going to be on the forefront, cutting edge, solving issues that impact our world. And also, we provide you community service opportunities through your service learning. This is where you combine your research, your academics to give back to the community. In addition to that, we have 13 best undergraduate teaching. We were ranked nationwide from the US News and World Report Best Colleges, number 13, for the best undergraduate teaching among public universities. We have 25 majors, 27 degrees, cognitive science and economics. We offer both as a bachelor's of science and bachelor's of arts. Civil engineering is our newest major. Our most sought out majors at UC Merced, we have no impacted majors, no cap majors. You can apply to any of our major programs, but we do have 25 total majors, 27 degrees. Computer science engineering, mechanical engineering, natural sciences, psychology, management, business and economics, political science are our most popular programs. In addition to that, we have undeclared option for our students, and part of your series is a capstone project as you combine for graduation. We also have opportunities to learn outside of the classroom, like UCDC, where you combine your internship in your area of academic interest with your field research and your coursework, and it's all taught by our faculty, and you get to network with different lawmakers, legislators, offices, attend debates, hearings, respond to different constituent inquiries. And also we have our study abroad program where you can study a semester at sea with other students on a cruise ship, or you can go on a semester-long, year-long trip over 35 countries. Our World Heritage Research Program provides an opportunity for our students that want to preserve natural and cultural heritage, where they create GIS databases of culturally relevant places. They build 3D visualizations and reconstructions of different ancient cities and monuments. And then they design virtual exhibits and museums to support heritage tourism in this program. And Bodie State Park was an old gold rush town, so if you're interested in that, they just recently did a museum. Part of our innovation to grow, you can't graduate UC Merced until you've completed your research project or capstone project, and you can join IDC. It's a capstone project where you can collaborate with different industries to define engineering problems. The ESL, Engineering Service Learning, where we expose our students to the power of engineering and how it's impacting the medical field. Also education, for example. MAC, Mobile App Challenge, is where students pitch their ideas, they design, prototype innovative mobile applications that address today's most pressing societal needs. In addition to that, we have our clubs, organizations, our sports, varsity sports. We're part of the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics, CalPAC Division II. I do want to give a shout out to our women's basketball team. They just won their 3rd consecutive CalPAC Conference Championship. We do have our Outdoor Adventures program. They take trips whitewater rafting, zip lining, Redwood Forest, Monterey, the city, Santa Cruz, Yosemite National Park. UC Merced is also part of the research. We have 68% of our students conducting research. As I mentioned, it's the cornerstone of the University of California. Learn more about our Mars mission from UC Merced, our fundamental tribology lab that played a critical role in NASA's Mars 2020 mission. And so before rover left Earth this year, current and former members of UC Merced's fundamental tribology lab conducted critical tests that are going to provide key information for the mission's overall success. So the ARM extension mentioned there, you drill, they collect the samples of the rocks and put it back into the rover. Also, they're studying the material, the friction, can it handle large, extreme heat, extreme cold temperatures. If you're not interested in the engineering portion, we do have our database. UROC is our opportunity center. So students, where we host all our opportunities, workshop events going on. Admissions and financial aid, really quick, our GPA 3.3 to 3.9. We have the highest GPA admit rate at 85%. We ask students to complete a series of A through G requirements as well, a minimum GPA of a 3.0. There were some major changes to the admissions policy. We are no longer requiring students to take the SAT or the ACT examinations as well. So those are tests optional. The application has been open since August 1st. The filing period is November 1st through the 30th. We have the Blue and Gold Opportunity Plan as to help our students. We were voted #1 public university in the nation for average financial aid package given to first-year students. So there is a New York Times article there as well. And the total cost, you see the 3 brackets there. There is a new rule, housing rule, that came out pre-COVID that if you live 50 miles from UC Merced, you are required to live on campus. To learn more about our virtual events, we are excited that you can join us on our webinars. We have a Discover UC Merced series coming up where you hear from our students, other departments on campus, student life. Here's my contact information. I serve the North Central Valley. I serve San Joaquin, so I am your representative. If you want to learn more about UC Merced, I could host virtual Zoom presentations, help you out with the application and all things UC Merced. Again, my email, pronouns he, him, his, Office of Admissions, my email, our department, our physical location. You can follow us on social media. Thank you so much, and I look forward to speaking with you and answering your questions.
All right, and our final school for this evening is Mills College, and I will remind you that we will have a few minutes for a Q&A afterwards, and encourage our presenters to get a head start on those Q&As as well.
So hello everyone, thank you so much for letting me present to you all today. My name is Quinn, my pronouns are they, them, and I am an admissions counselor here at Mills College. So just to tell you a little bit about Mills, we were established in 1852 as the first women's college west of the Rockies. We are currently located in Oakland, California, and we are a 4-year private institution, and we are a liberal arts college. In addition to this, we are now a historically women's college. And what I mean by that is that we do admit both self-identified women, including cisgendered women and transgender women, and also gender nonconforming, gender expansive, and gender non-binary students. We are a fairly small school, but this does allow students to have a very individualized learning experience. And what I mean by this is that the tools that you learn in your classrooms will be beneficial for when you go into your future career. You'll be able to take those tools that you learned in your classroom to be able to solve social problems and also better your local community. In addition to this, our classroom sizes are about 10 to 12 students, and the faculty to staff ratio is about 8 to 1. In addition to this, Mills Verge does encourage all of our students to feel really comfortable being themselves and again, making a statement. As at Mills, students very much do pride themselves on being able to feel comfortable being themselves and also feeling like their voice matters. So Mills is a very diverse campus. First of all, we are a Hispanic serving institution. About 64% of our undergraduate students do identify as students of color. And then 58% of our students do identify within the LGBTQ+ community or the queer community. And then 33% of our students are non-traditional students, meaning that they either went to community college first and transferred into Mills College and are over the age of 22 and have now decided to come back to school. We have over 30 different different majors that you're able to choose from. Some of our more popular and our larger majors is English, politics, economics, policy, and law, pre-nursing, psychology, sociology, and our public health and health equity major. We do allow all of our students to have a very flexible education. As a liberal arts school, you're actually able to come in as undeclared. So you're not required to actually choose your major until the end of your 2nd year. And then also on top of that, we do allow students to create their own majors and also be able to accelerate their education here at Mills by getting both their bachelor's and master's degree with only an additional year staying at Mills. In addition to this, we do have a variety of different resources on campus that students are able to actually get involved on or be able to use on campus. First, we have study abroad. Students can study abroad for either a year, semester, or take a class where they're able to study abroad either in the United States or out of the United States. For example, students can go to Korea and go to another women's college in Korea, or even go to the US-Mexico border and study the environmental impact of immigration and learn about immigrants' lived experiences firsthand. We also have opportunities for students to be able to go to our career services and community outreach center to be able to get assistance in being able to get their first job or first internship, either on or off campus. We also do offer a lot of different research and internship opportunities, both again on our campus and in our local community. We also do have our counseling and psychological services, what we call CAPS, and all of our students get 8 free sessions per year to be able to sit down and speak with someone on campus about their transition from high school into college, or their transition from going to community college into high school and anything they'd like. We also do offer an accommodations office, what we call our student access and support services, SAS. And so if you need any accommodations, either in your classrooms or in your dorms, this would be the office you'd be able to go to. And lastly, we do have a health clinic on campus that's available to all of our students, no matter if you have insurance or not, and no matter if you live on campus or not. So coming to Mills, all of our students are not just preoccupied about their majors, they're also very much involved in their community, both on and off campus. So they're either joining clubs and organizations on campus, or they're getting internships out in the community. For career success, we really want to make sure all of our students feel that they are leaving Mills and graduating feeling comfortable and ready for either continued education or either being able to apply for their first job. And so that's really done through our faculty on campus and also through our Mills alumni network. So to apply, it's fairly simple, much like other schools today. You are required to submit an application, either the Mills application or the common application, official transcripts, 1 letter recommendation, and for all international students, you'll also need to submit the English language proficiency exam. It is very much optional to submit your SAT or ACT scores, and we've been test optional since 2017, as we do recognize that testing is not an efficient way to see whether someone's ready for college or not. In addition to this, we do also offer optional interviews for your admissions. For deadlines, we have early action, which is November 15th, and then regular decision, which is January 15th, and our early action deadline is non-binding. For transfer students, we do have a priority consideration, which is March 1st. However, you're more than welcome to apply after March 1st on a rolling basis. And so I know that Mills is a private university, and you may be wondering how you're gonna be able to afford college. However, we do offer merit scholarships up to $14,000, and then for first-year students, and then for transfer students, it's at around $10,000. And lastly, you may be wondering why a women's college. I do want to mention that Barbara Lee is a U.S. Congresswoman for the California's 13th district, and so she actually did come to Mills and feels very much empowered to be a woman, to be a free-thinking woman, and also fight for all women and especially Black people. So thank you so much. My name is Quinn. My pronouns are they, them, and feel free to contact us at admission@mills.edu. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you to all of our presenters this evening. So now we have about 7 minutes for a Q&A. So I'll invite all our panelists back. Please do drop questions in the Q&A chat box on your screen. And while we wait for those questions to come in and give our panelists a chance to type some answers, I will pose a question that all of our panelists can answer live. So we'll just go in presentation order, and I'll ask you to offer us a fun fact or a unique tradition or something that's just special about your school that doesn't make it into the official presentation, but you want our viewers to know. So we'll go back up to the top and start with the University of the Pacific.
Hi, everyone. I think a really cool fun fact is because our campus resembles some of the buildings are made with brick and Ivy League looking, very East Coast vibe or feel on our Pacific campus. A lot of films have been recorded on our campus, such as the Disney movie Flubber, as well as Raiders of the Lost Ark. So a lot of times Hollywood will come to our campus and film some short parts of movies instead of going down south to LA area. But I think that would probably be the kind of unique thing about our Pacific campus, but it's a very inviting campus with tons of different trees. It looks like a park. So I'd just like to share that with our students tonight. Thank you though.
So a fun tradition at Gonzaga is every Wednesday evening is a night called Cookie Night, which our sandwich shop on campus at 10 p.m. bakes like 2,000 cookies. And for $5, you can get a dozen and 2 cartons of milk. And so it's like my favorite time of the week is students just like emerge from their residence halls of like studying, and they just like meet their friends in line. They share, they split the cost with their friend. And it's just like a good break from studying, especially during like midterms. The whole campus smells like cookies because they bake them specifically for that night and they sell out. There's a like long line. There's students like hanging out and talking with each other and just bringing some like light and laughter to their week. And I love being on campus for that.
There are 2 things that I want to say. The first one is the day we were actually founded back in 1861 was the same date and time that Abraham Lincoln was inaugurated into presidency. Another thing is a lot of our traditions on campus are actually student initiated. So things like our fall and spring concert where we invite outside artists. In the past, we've had Chainsmokers before. We've had Ty Dolla $ign before. So that's all been started by students themselves. So that's something that you'll kind of get a feel for when you do start looking into Chapman a little bit more.
Okay, everybody's quiet, so it must be my turn. I would say for LMU, the students get together, and I'm thinking about 85 to 90% of the student body. They get together and take part, volunteer in this special games activity. It's similar to Special Olympics. So they help their mentors, their coaches, they get together on a Saturday, they're involved in that activity, and then they go to the beach and have a good time and kind of celebrate. And they just go to the beach in droves. It's unbelievable. I wanted to join in a few times, but I figured I wouldn't. So that's something I just get a big kick out of, and it's a tradition at LMU.
I don't think we can hear you.
Excuse me, can you hear me now? Sorry about that. Yeah, so one fun fact at UC Merced is that we are the gateway to Yosemite National Park. Several of our students have become actual national park rangers. There's a pre-ranger program, the Yosemite Leadership Program, so regardless of your major, your previous outdoor experience, you can gain the skills to lead, advocate for the environment, make informed, ethical decisions, and create social change during that program. And then also we have our research field station at the Sierra Nevada. So a lot of students did not know about that.
What I will mention about Mills that I wasn't able to talk about earlier was that Mills is very much committed to social justice, equity, inclusion, and sustainability, so much that our actual campus culture is very much surrounded by social justice. Everything on campus is mostly student-led, and our institution recently did declare ourselves as working towards being an anti-racist institution. So I very much welcome everyone to actually just type in Black Lives Matter and Mills College, and you'll actually be able to read our statement and our solidarity within the whole Black Lives Matter movement and our solidarity between our students and our faculty and staff. So yeah, a lot of, no matter what major you're in, no matter what club or organization you're a part of, you'll find social justice from art studio into biology, into ethnic studies, and into, again, almost all of our majors. And so that is something that I want to also very much highlight about Mills, is that we very much are very much a social justice campus.
All right, great, everybody. So I'm going to just take another minute to let the 2 open questions that we have for Gonzaga and UOP give them a chance to type their answers. And then once I see that those questions have been answered, I'll go ahead and wrap things up since we're just about at time. All right, and with that, it looks like all of the written answers have gone through. So I will say that we do need to wrap things up. If we didn't get to your last minute questions, we will be able to follow up with you. The presenters will get your contact information. So I want to say thank you to all of the presenters. Thank you to everybody who joined us today and asked questions and watched these videos. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. We've got a whole other set of them starting in just about 15 minutes. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at the same website where you registered. So once again, thank you to the presenters. Thank you to everybody who joined us this evening. I'll see some of you in a few minutes, and to everybody else, have a great night.